Welcome everyone, my name is Paula Phillips, also known as JournalArtista, and it's Stencil Saturday. I thought I said Saturday. Anyways, it's Stencil Saturday over on Ustream.tv, and if you're watching this over on YouTube, this is a recording of a live show over on Ustream.tv that I tape on Saturday and Wednesday nights. We would love to have you join us, so if you hear me answering questions or whatnot, there is a live chat with a bunch of people here right now. It's always a party on Saturday nights. Alright, so Wednesday I was a little bit sick. As you guys know from last Saturday, I was sick. And I tried to stream a little bit Wednesday. It was just horrendous. And so, I tried, and it didn't go so well. I was probably on for about an hour. Um, So since then, I haven't been doing much art all week, and finally last night I was able to, I was able, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess I was always able to art. I had the desire to do some art again. Hey, CB. So, so this is the art journal out of my Midori. This is the second one, right? I had half a month last month, and then this is for March. So I'll just catch up. You guys have seen this a couple times, and then I'll just do what recently I finished this one last night with my birdie. This was from I think it was Bull Bunny or Authentique, maybe Authentique. So I haven't sewn my book yet, which is bad news. Anyways, because I was lazy, and I'm gonna do that from now on. So so I did this bird. Then over here I have some I used some Lindy Stamp Gang, and I absolutely love, see how it kind of, the glitter goes kind of inside. I stenciled this. This is a gear stencil from Artist Seller. I stenciled that with some blue paint, and then when I sprayed the Lindy Stamp Gang sprays, this happened to be Moonshadow Mist, one of the Moonshadow Mists in the copper, and it kind of like floats in around, in between where the stencil was. So that turned out, I liked how that turned out. Love some Lindy spray. So I put a tip in of what we did last Saturday. Very, very dark. Remember, I have a little cup there. Then it folds out. I am going to put something here. Oops. Sorry, I'm close. I am going to put something here too. But I did this one last night. Or I finished it. I had a bunch of these in part way. So I don't know what you can see or what you can't. But it was on a black background. That one started as anyway. And then I got a little bird. So this bird I had watercolored maybe in my watercolor book, my journal that I was watercoloring in. It was on the last page of that journal, actually. And so anyways, I just wanted to cut him out. I thought he looked good. Then I thought I would put some yellow, but first I put blue, and then of course yellow and blue turned green, and that was bad news. But anyways, I did watercolor that little bird. I just cut him out and put him on this jelly paper, jelly printed background. Sticker Nation 2 is where this, I don't know if StickerNation.com is still around. It's an older book. As you can see, the copyright is 2008. 2008. So anyways, I liked how he looked, so I put him in my journal. And then this watercolor, playing around with some watercolors. And a little collage element that our little friend Rach sent. And this one's almost done. Creative people are seldom tidy. I'm going to put something, there's just a random watercolor, whatever I got going on. I'm going to put something there. So anyways, in my Midori, which is out in the living room, I have this file folder that I jelly printed in, in October sometime. Again, way before I even had a Midori or knew what a Midori was. But I was using them in my elastic or rubber band book. So I model printed this on the jelly plate, folded her up, and it became pockets. Well, it just so happens that this exactly fits into my Midori, and I don't know why I didn't bring it out, bring it into my room. And it has some pockets. See, I have a few random things that was in my Midori. So what I'm going to do tonight, I think, is make another one. And my art journal, I make enough pages, so I have 30 pages, 32 pages, 8 sheets of paper, which makes 32 pages. And this is what covers it in my Midori. So I thought, let's make one, let's get ahead of the game, make one for March, or April. It's already March, halfway through. And have some fun. And this time I'm actually going to sew it in. I'm actually going to sew it. So it can become just a cover. Maybe you don't have a Midori. Maybe you do. I don't know. But it doesn't, you know, this could be just a journal in itself, right? A few pockets. You could actually, say you don't have a Midori, you could put a book here, sew a book in here, sew a book in here, and then you could have 2 books. Little chunky book. So we'll see what we'll do tonight. Hey, Jean. So the first step, obviously, is to break out the jelly plate. Now I know seems like I've been using it the last couple streams, and I guess which is a good thing. If you, sorry guys, my nose is running a little bit, so every once in a while I have to wipe it. I apologize. If you don't have a jelly plate, check out the video I did on foam stamps, making foam stamps, because we try out some of these techniques, or some of those techniques, both on a jelly plate versus just a page protector. Hey Sandy, Jamie, and Jean. Hopefully I said hello to everybody. Good to see everybody tonight. Oh my goodness, my nosy nose. Okay, so all I have is just a regular file folder, 8.5 by 11 bad boy, or that you put 8.5 by 11 paper in it. This one's actually, I think, from the dollar store, so it's got some random printage on it. Now I have an 8 by 10 jelly plate, right? And I got this opened up is bigger than 8 by 10. So, excuse me. I apologize. So I think tonight I'm going to use some of those foam stamps I made, some stencils. We're just going to have fun. So, of course, like what I talked about the last couple streams, I'm still learning myself on how to use the jelly plate, or how to get the look that I want or that I like. And so, for example, this is what we did a couple Saturdays ago now, or 2 Wednesdays ago. You know what I mean, Vern. So anyways, to get this final look, like I want this type of look and print on my file folder, right? So therefore, we have to take a whole bunch of cleanup prints in between. So I got lots of papers stacked beside me. I've got a bunch, some that already have some stuff on them, some that don't. I want to do some cards. These are, hey Rose. These are the small index cards and bigger index cards. I like to make little books out of those bad boys. For example, in one of these pockets, I believe, unless it fell out, I have some random collage stuff in here. So Jelly Arts makes them. You can get them at art stores. Blick sells them. If you're in Canada, they sell them at Curry's. So anyway, see, for example, here is a little book, jelly plated index card that you can just make into a little book. And they're almost the size of ATCs, but it's some fun doing that. So I got some cards to do that as well. Alright, am I ready? I'm not sure if I'm ready. So I chose some colors. I'm making this book for my April. Is this March? Yes. Sorry. I still have a little fuzzy brain. Hey, Susan. So I do want some brighter colors, so I'm going to use some Liquitex Basics again tonight, guys. Brilliant Yellow Green. This is Medium Magenta. And Light Blue Permanent. I would really love to use this one, but it's empty. I might get one squeeze out of it. This is Brilliant Purple. I love these colors together. And mix it with a good orange like Melon by Americana. I also have the Americana that's similar to this, the Brilliant Purple. This one's called Petunia Purple. It's similar to the Liquitex Basics. Alright, I got some white paint, I got some black paint, I got some yellow, which I don't know why, because it's always so transparent, translucent, I can't do anything with it. So let's think. What colors, right? So when I think about this stuff, I have to think extra hard, guys, because it's backwards than the way that I normally journal, right? Like I like to put layers, build them up from top, but now I have to think top to bottom, right? So let's just put some stuff down. Let's put some pink. Let's start with some pink and yellow. Now with anything with, mono printing, when you're mono printing, like anything, it's all practice. How much paint to use or not to use. I mean, what the heck was that? It sounded like thunder. Sorry guys, that was weird. I don't know if it was somebody upstairs. Anyway, there is a little bit of a learning curve, so don't get all worked up if you create a few hot messes. Even when you're considered a seasoned jelly user, you're still gonna make some hot messes. So like I said, don't get too attached or too upset. All right, so I'm gonna take some foam stamps. Right, these are the ones I made. That we did a couple of Wednesdays ago. Welcome, Rain. So I'm just going to take some off there. So now I'm making some texture into the plate. That doesn't show up at all on that color, so because at this point, right, what I'm trying to make is a background, right? I'm trying to get that, this cool, grungy, that nice layer. So to do that, I need to get some texture. Lots of ways to get texture. There's a million and one tools. Oh my goodness, I couldn't even start listing them. Anything you can think of. Again, I apologize. My nose is running like crazy. Alright, so I got a little bit there. Well, I got some fingerprints going on too. Let's see, I do have thought I had one close. I'm going to take a catalyst wedge. This one happens to be the rubber one. Just going to go lightly. Alright, now I'm going to take my first pull, I think. Right? Let's pull through a stencil. I'm going to be using some Patty Totally Parish stencils from iStencil. Again, today, let's put it through this one. And if you have an 8x10 plate, like, look how perfect she makes them for the 8x10 plate with the edge. They're available at iStencils.com. Or iStencils.com, I believe it is. I apologize if that's not quite right. Alright, so I have a random piece here that's somewhere, you got some layers on it. If anybody has a question for me, please put it all in capitals and put in a heart, right? A less than sign, 3. So that, sometimes the chat goes by really fast. I'm really excited that you guys are all here. But sometimes the chat goes by so fast that I miss questions if you don't put it in all caps. Stencils with an S, iStencils with the S on the end. Alright, so I got a little bit Oh, that's a hot mess. See, this is where I get, you know, maybe not the right colors on top. Oh, right. I got some lots of paint left over on that stencil. So I want to let this dry a little bit because I want to pull, right? This is where this nice background is what I want to put in my first layer of my file folder. So, and if I was remembered beforehand, I would have brought in my hair dryer so that it would take a little bit, that it would be a little bit quicker. Oh, I'm so sorry. My nose is just running away. Running, running, running. Let's see, maybe I'll pull a little. That'll help dry it a bit, maybe. I'm trying not to sniffle up a storm on you guys. Just go ahead. Just blow on it. Because what, you know, I want it to dry a little bit so that when I put the, I think I'll use white. Should I use white, my friends? I think so. Dare I try to use yellow? No, I better put white. I'm going to put a white and do a pull-up print right on my, let's try it. Go right on my file folder. Go ahead. Oh, that was a big sniff. I should have warned you. It'll be like heat gun. It'll be like, sniffles. That's terrible. Okay, this is just cheap craft paint. And this is real. I find this is tricky. For me, it's a little tricky getting the right amount of paint when you're doing cleanup prints. And again, it's just practice, right? If you have a little bit too much paint, and I got some boogers there. Not boogers from my sniffing, paint boogers. Anyways, if you've got too thick of a coat, then it doesn't transfer properly. So, everybody cross your fingers and toes. Alright, and I'm just going to do it all over the place, guys, because I want it to be a bunch of different prints. So, I'm going to put this here, and then I'll get my piece of deli paper that already has some stuffage on it. Put that over there, and then we rub. When you do these clean off prints, you gotta be rub, rub, rub. Gotta rub them. Night, Jan. That's wonderful, Barb. Barb's not chatting much because her hands are full of paint and glue. That's good. I love when you guys art along or are inspired later and share with me. I love seeing, you know, what you guys are creating and. All right. Aha. Whoa, that's pretty. Well, it turned out nice on the. Yes. Yeah, Travis. Deli paper is. I have a video on YouTube where I actually show parchment paper versus deli paper because I was confused. You know, because we have parchment paper here in Canada and I hadn't seen deli paper, but since some of my wonderful friends have given me some, but it is thinner and it's more translucent for sure. Yeah, Jean, how did you get your Peerless before me? What the fluffy's going on there? I think we got a good one. Well, it's got a lot of crusty bits, but I guess it goes with the theme of the night. So it's nice because the white, now the white's covered up pretty much covered up the part of that label. I like it. I like it. See, this is what really got me upset. I don't know why I'm pointing. It's like, let me get my pen. When I first started jelly plating, right? I think I've said this before, but it's worth repeating. you know, my first print, I do my first print, and instead of, I would do that first print on, rats are frozen. I was trying to find my other one to show you the example. I see it, it's close. Alright, for example, this is one of the first times I ever used the jelly print, and, you know, I did this wonderful background, you can see it in here, and I loved it, and then I pulled that top print, right? Like this, onto my good, like, or what I thought I wanted to be my project, and I thought, well, now what am I going to do with this? You know what I mean? Because I didn't, this should have been the last layer, the top layer, not the beginning. So sometimes I'm trying to retrain my brain. All right. So, one down. Only 6 more to go. So I'm gonna do, hey Tracy, I'm gonna do lots of, how many more do I have to do? 1, 2, at least 7 more. So let's get busy. Let's do one with the blue and yeah, that's where I ordered them from too, Jean. Jean ordered the the wonderful music scrap Jean without the A in scrap. Ordered some Peerless watercolors. Now I'm going to try to go around. Now, I have had Peerless watercolors when I first started stamping. And I have no idea where they were. Anyways, I haven't used them very much. But then I found out that they now have special Joanne Sharp colors. So of course I had to order those. Little treat for myself because okay, need my brayer. So hopefully this week. Excuse my nose again. Alright. So lots of people, so I put 2 colors at first. I put yellow and pink. And a lot of people put multiple colors down. And I don't know why I don't very often. It's just a personal, I wouldn't even say it's a personal preference. Let's see. Fine. Let's do some X's. I love this one. And, you know, like I said in that, when we did this a couple Wednesdays ago, I just wish that I used a quarter of an inch thick fun foam. I mean, I didn't have it, right? So I wasn't going to stop myself and say, oh, I can't cut out any foam stamps because I don't have the proper foam. You know, that's procrastination. So I just did it anyways. I've got enough procrastination in my life. Okay, I got a little bit of blue. I don't know if that'll really stamp on some. You know, it's funny because if you read, oh no, look at what I did. I'm peeling peeling it right off. I just used Elaine's tacky glue on there. Okay, everybody seen one of these? Just an old stencil. An old school jobby. Alright, so I got a little bit of that. Now let's find a stencil. So first we do texture. Let's see, let's put this bad boy. This is the Argyle stencil. It's going to be nice. Let's see if we can get any blue on this print. Anyways, when I first got the Peerless, what I was trying to say, if you read what's on the package, and I can't find where mine, they're somewhere close. Obviously not that close. But you're supposed to cut off a piece and put it in water. Did you read that? It's got some funny instructions. Now, yes, most of us just use it. Here I am chatting and not doing any plating. Most of us just, take it off with a brush or whatnot. So I got a little bit of something there. Take my stencil off. So I want this to dry a tiny bit while I get another nose tissue. Where do I had a whole package? Okay. Thank you, whoever. Maybe this is Murda that sent me these. I've used them in my art, but they're definitely helping out with my cold today too. All right, that looks good. So, looking back to my other thing, I got pink and yellow and white. Maybe on this one, what do you guys think? Should I do some orange as the cleanup color? Purple? What do you guys think? White? Black? I'd like to hear a suggestion. Excuse me. I apologize, guys. My nose is running up a storm. I got some coffee. I've got my Starbucks Anniversary 2012 mug. Yeah, this is orange. Melon, it's called. My PC has been unprotected for 31 days. Oh no! Excuse me for a sec. No. Hopefully that didn't stop anything. Linda wants to see a black. Let's try black. I'm up for it. Got some crusty bits. Oh, that's a lot of black. So the black I use is just, this is, if you live in Canada, this is Dollarama, $2 Dollarama paint. It's pretty watery, but it's, I don't know if watery is the right term. It's pretty fluid. But it's definitely a good black for the jelly plate, in my opinion. I haven't tried Artist Loft. Alright, that is a lot of black. Let's see. Pull it off. Thanks, Ring. You could buy definitely some serious amount of art supplies for that. That is for sure. The white, yes, Gene, the white Dollarama paint's a good one too. It's so good, I don't know where it is right now. It's so good, it's hiding from me. Okay, so here's my folder again. Let's go. Let's see, let's do it this way. Well, we want to I got a little bit on that one. Oh, I'm not being fast enough. Alright. So you don't always have to, I got an 8x10 plate, but you don't always have to jelly plate, like, print on one sheet of paper all the time, right? And it doesn't smell like fish. Hey, Linda? The Dollarama here in Canada also sells craft paints, and my goodness, it's got a smell. Oh. So remember I said these are those found business cards? So that's why you see that square. Because it's actually a part of our business card. Now you can see it transferred there. Alright, see what we got. Ta-da! So see, I got, I'm going to start layering. Oop, not even in camera. Not even on screen. So here's a clean off print with white and a clean off print with black. Now this one would have been even more fun. We'll have to do it again. We'll have to do another white one over here, or light and dark, and we still got, you know, the other side to do as well. But see how even this one picked up some of the pink and yellow that were left over from this side, right? So that'll be fun. I'm liking it. I think you can obviously see where I have some divots in my plate here. Got some, oh my goodness. Excuse, sniffles. Sorry, guys. Oh, someone please say by Wednesday I'll be back to normal. Okay, so we did yellow, pink, blue. Let's do some purple. Purple and green. Mix up some purple and green. And that's craft paint and a little bit of Liquitex Basics, which, whoa, which is a student grade paint, sorry. Now I'm grunting. Snottage. Snottage. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, guys. Now, that purple, it needed another shake, I think. See how thin it is? You gotta be careful too when you're using more than one color, or you end up, or I shouldn't say you, I end up with a whole bunch of mud. So you gotta be careful. I got to be careful. Okay, a little bit of texture. This time I'll use a texture fade impression. Let's see. Ooh, here's a cool one. I got a script embossing folder that I just printed out. I just embossed on a scrap of cardstock. Let's see if I get any impression. I'm not very fast. I know you need a lot of paint to get a good impression this way. Now, get a little bit of something. You see it? Sorry, I'm shaking, guys. But I obviously don't use enough paint either. Okay, so I got a little bit of texture. Let's find another stencil. I don't know why I'm singing. Because I normally don't. Ooh. Let us use this one that looks like curling. This one is called Iron Gate. I should have remembered that. Okay. So I want to find a sheet that's partway done or has a few layers on it already. Let's see, like this one. See if anything shows up. And this is cardstock, 110-pound cardstock, so I have to, I don't know why I'm singing. It's not like me. Yeah, that's like that elf. That is like that elf. What's his name from, you know, Sheldon? What's his name in real life? Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory when he did that movie, and he's got a new movie out. Hey, die. So anyways, if you're using cardstock or thicker paper, you really have to push down, you know, to be able to get into the stencil. So I got a little bit of something on that one. I'm singing. It was a commercial that was on forever. It was around Christmas, I should say. Alright, so I got a little bit of goodness there. So let's dry it a little bit. We can maybe wave. See if I... Yeah, Buddy the Elf from the Christmas movie Elf. Yeah, exactly. But what's his name in real life? Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory. It's got a new movie out, which seems funny too. Alright. I don't think it has to be completely dry. It's not like we're doing, you know, the packing tape, packing tape anything. But, okay, so what's the next color? So if I did this on white, Well, I got purple, I got green. Let's see what happens when I clean up. Jim Parsons, thanks, Di. Jim Parsons, he's funny. Yeah, thanks, everybody. He seems to have that same character, though, like in this new movie as he was in Buddy the Elf. Alright, so I just chose to use a little bit of Brilliant Magenta. Woo! Maybe I should add a tiniest bit of white. Just, yeah. Jean says it doesn't have to be totally dry. But you don't want it to be completely wet, right, Jean? Or else if it won't pick it up. You know what I mean, Vern? Or that's in my experience. Anyways. Okay, let's get out back to the file folder. I'm gonna turn it around. Maybe this time, let me see where this black is. Overlap it slightly. Let's get a couple of cards. These are index cards. I like to print. All right. Hi, Vicky. Not sure if I think I said hello to you. Oh, there's some yummy. So the green didn't show up too much, nor did the purple. Live and learn. I guess that's why it's best to use white or black for your cleanups. Let's see what it looks like on here. So oh, this is interesting. Now, so pink was definitely not the right choice. I'm guessing white or black or something darker, probably better. But I did get some grungy bits from the last print, and you can see the stencil. Just obviously wasn't the right choice. But still, it's not, it's not a total loss because I can put more. This is light enough that I can put more stuff on top anyway. All right. My plate's not laying flat, probably because it's got some grungy bits. That's all I gotta say. Not enough contrast, exactly, Jamie. All right, let's go back to the blues. I got lighter blue, but let's see. Let's bust out a little dark. Now this one's almost empty too. Let's see if I can get anything out of it. Sniffles. Night Pam. I better get a move on or I'll be here all night. It's already half an hour and I've not even done one side of it yet. Alright, little bit of dark blue. Let's see, let's add a little bit of white blue in it. A little dark, a little light. And I'm just brayering off into another journal over here. Mixed media, Cancer Mixed Media. Ginormous journal. 14 by 11 or however big it is. Okay, let's go back to the foam stamps maybe. Let's do some arrows. The cerulean blue from Golden. See, I do say, if you're Golden, I mean, artist grade pigments are expensive for sure. But you definitely, in my humble opinion, the paints do last longer, you know, than buying, let's see what happens. I'm going to stamp this blue right on here. See what happens. Because a little bit goes a long way when you really have the, Nice, Cheryl. Hi, Annabelle. Hey, Teresa. Good to see you, buddy. Let's see if this works. Oh! I don't know. I don't know why I said oh. I don't think I've ever said okay. And I took some Dayquil, so maybe I'm high on the Dayquil. I'm gonna add, let's add a little bit of some waves, maybe. And I'm just going real light. Just build up some texture. And we'll find another stencil. Man, oh man. Runny nose. Okay. This one, Stripes. Is it called Stripes? I'm making a little journal. This is called Stripes. Alright, let's put the stripes down. Ooh. So now that I have this layer done, I'm gonna print some stripes. I'll print some stripes. There I go singing again. My goodness. What is up with me tonight? More Patty Totally Parish stencils, yeah. Oh, there she is. Hi, Patty. Excuse the sniffles, my friends. I apologize. Oh, I like them stripes. Alright, so let's see how well it works. I gotta push, a little bit hard. Hey, Kelly. Ah, woo. I like that. So I'm building up some layers. Let's take this on. Boy, there's too much goodness on this side of the page. Hold the fort. Hold it. I was going to say I need a bigger desk. I can't say how that's possible because it's an IKEA kitchen table that's a 3 by 3 foot table that expands to 3 by 6 feet. Or maybe it's 4 by 4 and it goes to 8. Anyways, I don't need it bigger. I just need to move some stuff. I need to move some stuff. Okay. So I got a little bit going on. Oh my goodness. Sniffles. I'm pretty sure I said Kelly. Okay, so the last time we did the blue, we used black. So this is a dark one. So should we do white? Should we do white, my friends? Sometimes I like to ask for some input. Nobody's answer, so I'll use white. Oh, everybody says white now. All right. I had the right instinct the first time. So my blue, if you can see that it's moving, my blue in some spots was extra wet. I had some wet spots for sure. All right. So I'm going to be printing both sides, right? And I don't know if I want to put white, like a white and a white underneath. I think I want this to be another black print. So I'm going to put it on the other side. Instead, maybe this time we'll go the whole sheet this way. What's your favorite Patty stencil? This one? This one's my favorite. Pictographs. Pictographs. Is that yours favorite too? Martian hieroglyphics. Hi, Anita. Alright, let's pull this bad boy up, see what we got. Ooh. Wow. This is trippy. That one is super trippy. But this will be nice because now I can put those black pictographs. Actually, the pictographs would look perfect. I love them in, well, I like it in black. So I like that. Let's do a black print. It's different. So you can really see how the white blended with the blue. You know, I didn't let it dry long enough. You know what I mean, Vern? I didn't let the blue dry long enough, so some of it like here got a little bit smeared. But I like it so far. Okay. So let's go back to this side and plan a little bit. I want to do black. So we got lots of pinks going on. We got blue. What should I do? We need some green, eh? Like a yellow and green, pick up with black. Does that look good? Yellow and green, pick up with black. Oh, why am I singing? Must be the Dayquil. Sniffles. Sorry guys, I can't. It's just constantly running. I don't know what else to do. If I stick my snot rag up my nose, then I sound like my nose is plugged, and then that's ridiculous. Let's do some green. I'm gonna leave these other crusty bits on there. Should I add green and yellow? See, I always have a hard time with yellow, particularly because, like I keep saying, they're translucent, so I'll add a tiny bit of yellow, cadmium yellow light hue. Alright. You can see lots of crusty bits. Oh, that's the thing. Doesn't matter if I blow it, it's just constantly, like I'd be blowing it every 2 seconds. I'm trying not to complain, guys. I don't know how well it's working, but I really am trying not to complain. Okay, let's see. Got that. Let's get this ginormous target bullseye circle foam stamp. So just making some texture. Let's see what would happen. Will it show up if I stamp it off over here? Night, Vicky. Go see my friend. A little bit. It's a very yellow green. This brilliant, well, I guess because it's called brilliant yellow green. Hence the name brilliant yellow green. Okay, let's find another texture. Here's one of the Tim Holtz. I think this is Tim Holtz Texture Fade. I believe it is. So again, just making some texture. Oh, let's try. I sound like a pirate. Ahoy. Oh. Let's try the puppies. Alright, so I don't want to waste this. I gotta find something good to put my poppies on. Something that will show, I should say. Because I got a lot of blues going. Where's a sheet of paper? I'm wasting time. Poppies. Welcome, Shabing. We see you. Any other new viewers, or what's the word I'm looking for? Any other people, streamers that aren't logged in? How many? We got quite a few viewers, quite a few guests. You're more than welcome to stay as guests, but we'd also love to chat with you. All you gotta do is click on the bottom where it says chat with other viewers. It'll ask you to create a password and a name, and then you can come. We would love to chat with you. All right. This time I'm gonna let it dry a little bit. Also, if you don't mind, if you look down here, there's Facebook and Twitter. If you hit those, share those. If you enjoy my show, that really helps me. And then up here somewhere is another following. Make sure you're following me so that you get some notifications. All right. Welcome, MJ. Another Jean. We love Jeans here. Welcome. We love everybody. we love everybody. Also, see, I haven't done a roll call because, I'm not sure if people like when I, hey, Carol, call them out. Because some people, like yesterday at Barb's, I was just, I was there, I was relaxing on the couch and trying to do some art and, just watching. Sometimes it's, maybe you're arting along, you just want to watch. Never use your heat gun on the jelly plate. It could be bad news. Welcome, Angela. It's like romper room. They never said Paula on romp, not the entire time I ever watched it. All right. So I just want it dry enough so like the paint doesn't smear, but at the same time I want to be I don't want to wait all day. Okay, what did we say? We said black, right? Black. Yeah, it's too bad I can't use my heat gun, because then it would have, before, if you're sick, right, and you got the heat gun going on, you can say heat gun, and then you can sniffle all you want, or blow your nose, or whatever. And the heat gun masks the sound. Alright, little bit of black paint. Get my brayer again. And when you're doing these cleanup prints, like I said, it's a little bit of practice, because if you use too much paint, when you pull it up, you'll just see black, or you didn't, or that could be because you used too much paint or you didn't press it long enough. So practice a little bit, have some patience. I know sometimes it's hard. Patience can be a challenge sometimes. I don't know, for me anyways. Okay, let me try to maneuver my plate so that I can get the most, and I want some of it to overlap. All right. Yeah, you can jelly plate. I've done a couple videos on that, jelly plating directly in a journal, and for my, if you guys remember, all those jelly plates we printed right into a magazine, a whole bunch of pages into a magazine that I was using as my art journal when I went to Newfoundland, which I did 0 art journaling there. Okay, who's asking? Sorry. Somebody asked a question. Welcome, CLA Busky. Okay, newbie here, wondering exactly what you do with all these papers you're making. Alright, so a couple of different things. Tonight I'm making a cover for a journal. And can use them in collage. Oh, that's a little bit of a hot mess. Because, see, I went over this pink here. It's nice, don't get me wrong. But that green was probably too transparent of a green. I probably needed to use like a blue, like more of an opaque craft green. We'll use it on the other side. We're gonna have to put some more pink on that bad boy. But we're gonna be folding it up. But I mean, you can, geez, any way that you want, that you would use a piece of scrapbook paper or collage paper, you can use your printed you can use jelly prints, mono prints. Let's see if I can find. So I had that book recently, right? I showed it at the beginning of the stream. Where do you think I put it? Zero idea. Too much stuff on the go. Okay, here it is. So a couple of Wednesdays ago we made, just 8x10 sheets, right? And you can make a little journal like this, so you already have a little, something to start you off with. Like one of the other wonderful ladies in the chat has said, you can jelly plate directly. I don't want to put anything on this. Mono print directly into a journal. So for example, here I have this is a Live Happy magazine, and a bunch of these are still recorded. And we jelly plated, I mean, look how cool this one, we mono printed with our jelly plate. I don't know, it actually turned out that this was a guy, and he had red, but it looks like it's a girl in a kimono with stars. So it's fun when you're printing directly into them, and we even got some funky transfers, which was interesting. But excuse me, sniffles. And then you can use it as starting off points. So for example, on this particular page was printed, you can see in the background, and then I put some paint and stuff on top of it. So mono printing is just another tool to create different effects. Like this is jelly printed right in the, hi cheeky girl, right in there. Then you can add, this one was started with the jelly plate, and then I had some napkins. Sometimes it's a hot mess, sometimes not. So anyway, back to the one we were doing. Use them in collage. You can make journals. You can you can paint pictures. I mean, it's really unlimited. Oh, excuse me, my nose is running up a storm. All right. Whew. Okay, let's go back to my. I'm going to need another snot right here in a second. All right, so I've got this going on so far. I like how it's dark, Linda. I agree, but I wish it was a different green. That yellow green is too translucent. It would have been nice if it was darker. But anyways, we can go on to this. I think we need to go back and do some more pinks. And when this bad boy's all folded up, right, then we can decide. There's some junk in this one. This one I didn't even print the whole way when we did this a while ago, right? But we can decide which way to fold it, which side we want to be right side up or whatnot. Okay. So, what did I say? We want to do some pink. Pink, let's do pink with a black background. We haven't done that yet. Let's do a little bit of pink and white, and then we'll do with black on the back. It's been kind of wet, snow, drizzle, rain, I don't know what it is, all day today. But yes, no more snow would be nice. Okay, after all that chatting, oh, I almost lost my brayer. I mean, monoprinting or lithographic, like, you know, it's been around for a long time. It's art unto itself, that's for sure. The jelly plate is just a cool new tool that makes it a little bit easier. And when you go from black to a different color, it's good practice to not use your snot rag, but use your baby wipe and clean off the black off your brayer. This is a cheap brayer and it's pretty hard. It's not the rubber one. You know, for jelly plating, all I'm doing, monoprinting, right? All I'm doing is spreading some paint across. It doesn't have to be, you know, the soft kind or the most expensive brayer. I think this one was $5. To be honest, oh my goodness, my nose, excuse me, sniffles. It's just at least, like I said, at least it's not clogged up. I'd rather it be running than the pressure, the sinus pressure I had the past week. It's been ridiculous. Okay. Let us see, let us see. So we got some pink. I am looking for some texture. Let's see, this time I got a, you know, you can buy these alphabet sets at the dollar store. You can usually get like 4 or 5 sizes of them. And for me, it doesn't bother me if my letters are backwards. Alright? But, you know, you are creating a reverse, you know, and all that goodness. So my letters may or may not be the wrong way. Like I said, it doesn't bother me, but if it bothers you, you just might have to think about it a little bit before you go on. But I think because I put it backwards or upside down, then it should print the right way. I could be wrong. Alright, let's find another stencil here. Oh, let's try this. This is Pac-Man stacks. And I'm going to find a piece of paper. Another print. Let's see what happens. No, that one's not the right. That's not at the right stage. Let's see if we can get anything on this side of this one. Might not show up because it's not the right color. One thing I do like about iStencils, like I say, they are a thinner stencil than, say, Crafter's Workshop, for example, which I find makes, you know, jelly plating a little bit easier. When you've got these fine, you'll see in these Pac-Man spots, you got some really fine sections there, right? Teresa, normally I don't wash my stencils. I should. I think I need to give them a bath. They need to be clean. You know, my kind of rule, see, I didn't get it because this was thick paper. It'd be better to use some deli paper. Just get a few more of those. So if you're using deli paper, it's really thin and it goes in between. What I was using here was one of those business card things. So it's thick paper, right? When you have a real thin design or fine, you know, design like this Pac-Man stencil, sometimes the thicker paper is hard to get in there. All right, looks like it's going to be good. This looks like it's going to be good. What is a good size jelly plate to start with? In my opinion, it depends on what type of art you do, right? Sometimes some people just need 6x6. Maybe you have a lot of 6x6 stencils. And you can just, like I'm doing with my file folder, you just keep moving it around, right? Some people don't like the border. Sometimes the border frustrates me, right? When you print on 8.5 by 11, right? And you get that white edge, that frustrates me sometimes. So maybe you want a bigger 12 by 14. So just price them out, see what, maybe you want a circle. They have circles now. It all depends, I think, on what type of art you normally do. The next time, when I get another one, eventually, I like the bigger one. I would like a little bit bigger, because I don't like like I said, for me, because I make a lot of books, little art journals, leftover journals, I call them. Yeah, that white edge really bothers me. So I want a bigger plate. But this is a good size to start with. It's a little bit bigger than 6x6. It's not the biggest one. It's a good size. Just brayering off my brayer over here. Again, guys, if you have a question for me, put it all in capitals so that I can see it. Some people make homemade plates. But like Barb was saying in her stream yesterday, I agree. By the time you buy the glycerin, you need to do this and you do that. Jelly plates, shop around. You can get one for a decent price. Like this one, like $30 or something. And it just lasts you a long time. So really, are you saving any money if you make one yourself? Just price it out, is all I'm saying. And then you can make an informed decision. All right, my friends. Moment of truth. Here we got this. I'm going to find my, which way? I'm going to do it this way. So we'll put this bad boy down like that. And I got some here. Now I already started printing some cards. What do you think they are? There's one. Seems like I'm doing a lot of talking and not a lot of printing. That's true, cheeky girl. Jelly plates can be expensive in the UK. Or, yeah, that is true. I apologize. Well, some people overseas, definitely it's cheaper to make your own. That's for sure. Ooh, this is fun. Even got some blue from that other crusty bit. Alright, here comes the big reveal. Make sure everything's all pressed down. Alright. That is funky. So my pink, now I don't know what you guys see. I don't see much pink. Now again, it could be because my pink wasn't dried enough, right? So the black, or my pink is just not mixed up. Could be a bunch of different reasons. So we gotta do at least 2 more. Okay, what's the next colors, my friends? I was supposed to be going for some spring colors, but so far only this one. We need to go back to like that first one and do that pink and yellow again on white. I think. What do you guys think? Yes. So I'm going to leave this little bits of crusty black. Excuse me for my... Some teal. Yes, we haven't used any teal tonight, have we? We haven't used any because I didn't bring any out. So let's see what I got. I got some really old metallic blue topaz. Let's try that. This is a folk art paint. Like, I'm telling you, my friends, it's gotta be old. Just make sure we give a good shake. It's a nice metallic color, that's for sure. It's gonna be translucent, however, I think. Little translucent. Wipe, just rolling off my brayer. Let's see. So I'm looking at that other side. We got stripes. We got this. We got to go back to the arrows maybe on this one. Or the, not arrows, the argyle. Let's see. Ooh, here's a fun one. This is another Tim Holtz texture fade. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's the sewing pattern one. Again, the numbers are going to be backwards and stuff, but I don't care. Ooh, this is drying already. Wow. I gotta work fast. What is up with that? Trying to find, see, I gotta work fast, and here I am not working very fast. Okay. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Elizabeth said, when I made my jelly plate, I bought the glycerin from a soap making supplier. It was much cheaper than the drugstore, and you can buy in bigger sizes. Interesting. Less chatting, more plating. Know what I mean, Vern? I hear ya. Hot mess. Alright. Oh, this is gonna be pretty. Look at that. So, I was gonna print it in white, wasn't I? But am I really gonna see any of that with white, guys? What do you guys think? Is it gonna show? Vern? Vern's one of the Ustreamers not logged in. I know they're watching. I see you, Vern. Sorry, guys. Okay. Oh, let's do some white, see what happens. What's the worst thing that could happen? What is the worst thing that could happen? Yeah, we can have more layers, right? Let's try that. Let's do a multi-layer something. So I got some of that. Let's add a little bit of purple. And then I'll take up some more off with texture. Let's add just a little bit. Oh, see to this. That, my friends, is a paint booger. That's like what runs coming out of my nose right about. Sorry. TMI. I know. Send me an email later. Sorry. I got paint boogers, real boogers. This is bad news, my friends. Bad news. Okay, back to the purple paint. Whew. I obviously need to write it on my list. That purple. TMI. Good times, though. Good times. He snorted. That could be bad news, because if I snorted right about now, I might choke myself with all this snot going down my throat. Okay, that's disgusting. Let's change the subject. What can I talk about? Alright, so the next step. Let's see. We'll only put a stencil on maybe part way. But, like, maybe we'll do this. This is the 6x6 arrows. I love arrows. I also have this one in 12 by 12. Thank you so much, Patty. It's my, I was going to say it's my favorite. The pictographs is favorite too, so I know, we all have lots of favorites. Moving right along. Exactly. Okay, let's see if this dries. I don't know what we're going to see now. This is another Tim Holtz texture fade. I don't even know what we're going to see at this point. Are we going to see blue? Are we going to see purple? I don't know. Maybe both. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Hey, Brad. I really appreciate everybody being here, especially having to put up with the sniffles and snot talk. It's not. It's not. It's not talk. So I was looking for. If you have, like I say, I need a hair dryer. I need to buy another hair dryer, I think, because I have shorter hair, so I gotta have the hair dryer. But if you had, you don't, like I said, you don't want to use your heat gun on this, or you could have a meltdown. You'd have more than one meltdown. You'd have a personal meltdown and a plate meltdown, and quite possibly worse, like, you know, some really bad fumes. So try not to do that. All right. We're ready for some white. Oh my goodness. Number 3. This stream may not make it to YouTube. Oh, we'll make it. What time is it? An hour and 15 minutes. Yeah. Oh, I'll get a bunch. Oh, my friends on YouTube wouldn't like. They may not like me sniffing and talking about snot. I get hate mail. Hate comments on YouTube. Alright. And I leave them there. If somebody says something like crazy, whatever. The only ones I take down are spam. If you're gonna be ugly like that and post it, I'm gonna leave it up there for everybody to see. My favorite are the ones that are a waste of my time. This is a waste of my time. Okay, thanks for the feedback. And I do it all the time. If somebody leaves me something negative, especially about video quality, I say, here's the link to my DVD. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for my feedback. You want to see good quality producing? Go to here. Because people don't understand, I guess, you know, the whole Ustream, Ustream, YouTube. They don't like each other necessarily. Okay. Thank you for Ustream for being free. So, get out my file folder. I just think it's hilarious. I get the funniest comments ever. But I am hearing some people, as soon as I've got some videos I want to tape in HD with my camera, as soon as I'm not sniffling and my nose isn't running, I'm going to start uploading some of them. Hopefully this week. Yeah, what the flock? Like I said, one day I hope to be successful enough that I can pay for the Ustream Pro, whatever, you know, that I think it's $100 a month or something. Uh-oh. Bad news. Okay, so not bad news, because it's pretty, right? I got something. I'm going to have to put some more layers, but basically, something happened. I waited too long. Maybe I put it. This is still a good cleanup print. I'm going to print this in black. Remember I was talking about sometimes you have too much paint or it's too wet. So that ghost print or cleanup print didn't go so well. Could have been for multiple reasons. But I'm not going to panic. I'm just going to look at this and say, I'm going to try it again. Hey, Terry, welcome. I just laugh. What you see is what you get over here. Because, you know, editing, and I'm not very techy, so that's excuse number one. But excuse number two, if I edited out all of these things that, if I edited out half the things that go wrong, or that I didn't do right the first time, or whatever, like, that's not learning. I think that you guys, not just you guys, I think people in general, right, it's good, you're able to learn not just from my successes, but from my failures as well. My hot messes. And some of my hot messes are others' masterpieces. So I leave it all in. What you get, what you get. Even when I do my HD videos, my friends, that just means I'm going to use my video camera. But that doesn't mean, that still means that I'm going to be a real person. I'm not, you know, I'm still off the cuff. Like I'm going to put some black on here shortly. When I taped my DVD for Interweave Cloth Paper Scissors, I did it in one take, except my intro, when I said, hi, my name's Paula Phillips, also a JournalArtista. I buggered that up twice because I was real nervous. But after that, all one take. Well, we stopped in between segments to change out things or whatnot, but I just go with it. And I'm trying to find my black paint. Somebody stole it. I have so many snot rags, tissues around that I can't find my paint. Oh. And now I need another one. Okay, my friends, does anyone see the black paint? Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Excuse me. Where is the black paint? What the fluffy? Oh, somebody's tweeting. I don't understand. Like, how could it be any further than here? Did I put it in the, I didn't put it in the drawer. I didn't put it under there. Oh, sweet goodness. Alright, so, this should be pretty dry right now. I don't know what I'm gonna get on here. Sorry, now you got to see my snot rag that time. I apologize. My goodness. Stuff everywhere. That's the one thing when you're getting the mono, you're doing the mono printing on the jelly plate, or whatever you're using to mono print, you make a little bit of a mess. That's for sure. Okay, so let's try it again. Another clean off print. Maybe it'll work this time. So I got a nice even layer of black. Layer off. Clean off my brayer there. Alright. So if I look at this, right, I got some on the bottom. I think I'm just going to print the bottom down here. Alright. Put that there. I got some stuff right here. Let's just put it on this other piece of deli paper, I suppose. This deli paper really is good, I do admit, for clean off prints especially. You can really see, and it feels cool too. Gremlins. Did somebody have a question? Nope. Hey, Mitzi. Oh, bad news. See what I mean about too much paint? Too much paint again. So what did I do differently this time where I'm having such... Oh my goodness. I need another Kleenex. This is getting out of hand. Like, how could there be possibly that much stuff to come out? That's all I gotta say. Where is this stuff being produced? Hot mess. That's bad news, which means this isn't going to turn out so well. Okay. I got a little bit of something. Sorry. I was trying to with my... See, there's a little bit of fun stuff down there. And it is a little bit shiny. I think I'm going to put that, okay. Yeah, I think I'm good. We're good with the jelly plate, I think. I think we can add some, you can always add other things on top, right? Your regular stencil. You're gonna stencil a few things maybe the regular way. You know, stencil from the top. Definitely need some white. So maybe I'll break out some white. I think I need to back out my camera one more. Alright, that should be okay. Got stuff everywhere. Try to clean up some of these paints. So, like I was saying, I want to put some extra details on top and then we'll start folding her up. But first, before I add any more layers of paint, I can already feel that it's pretty wet. It's damp. So I'm going to just take my heat gun and dry up. Make sure it's completely dry before we add any more paints on it. Scale paper. So in the UK, night Jamie, in the UK it could be called dry wax paper or scale paper. Interesting. Okay, heat gun. Some people in the U.S., my one of our friends, Jane, shout out to Jane, we miss you, sent me, oh, it's a little, this one's a little smushy, look like this. I forgot the name of it. I forgot the name. This is what she found. It was either at Sam's Club or Costco. I forget which one. Interfolded dry waxed paper. Handy Wax. It is a name. Company. You can go to handywax.com. Maybe not. That could... don't, Carrie, don't put that link. It could be something bad. It could be, who makes that up? Who makes that? I guess that's so for people to, remember them. Sorry, guys, my nose is running. Ah! Okay, so we're dry. Let's add some white. Is it like some marketing gimmick? Somebody thinks that if they name it... Anyway, enough of those jokes. Oh, need another. Boy, my nose is going to be completely red by the end of the night. Alright, so I've got a little... We're almost done, guys. How long are we into it? An hour and a half? We're on the home stretch now. Yeah, could be bad news. So let's just leave that going. Okay. But first, here's what before I think about it, right? Because, for example, this poppies. let's fold it first before I do any stamping. You know, maybe I want the poppies, right? Like on the cover or something. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Vern? So, this is how my other one started, right? I'm just working with the middle fold. I work with the middle fold. Now, my Midori, a Midori is 4 inches across, an actual Midori, which is what I'm, you know, this is my art journal I showed at the beginning that I do daily pages in that goes into my Midori. And I'd been using this file folder as pockets. So now I'm going to actually sew it into one to create a cover. So I have an original Midori, which is 4 by 8 1/4. So 4 inches across by 8 1/4. Now, if you don't want to measure, right? If you don't want to measure and you want a pocket, I can just put my book, whatever book you're using, and look, I'm just going to say, okay, that's how tall it is, and fold it up to make it a little bit of a pocket. So I didn't use a scoreboard. I didn't even use an X-Acto ruler. I wish I had my bone folder close. I don't know where it is. I have more than one bone folder, and of course never anywhere close when I want to use it. Okay, so let's use the squeaky but oh, here, what? The dogs are gonna bark because they think this will be a mouse. You hear them? Okay, so you can have a choice, right? With this one, for example, I folded down the lip. Whether you want to fold down a lip or not, you can put some washi tape to make a pocket. So I will this time, because I got a funny looking edge there anyways. So let's just fold it down slightly. Maybe I'll use back into my spouncer here. Yeah, but you can use your scoreboard if you're concerned. Oh my goodness, my nose is just, sorry guys, like literally running down my face. It's ridiculous. This can't be normal. Hopefully it's just my body getting rid of the toxins, right? Body's getting rid of the toxins. So I just like to kind of, you know, if I had my bone folder close, we'd all fold the fort. Let's see. I know I have more than one. Maybe I have another. Some old tools, setting tools, an eyelet friend from, oh my gosh, Timeless Touches, that's old. No bone folder in there. I've got two. I've got like a real bone folder, and I've got a plastic one, and of course neither are anywhere where I need them to be. And here's the end of my... But you do want to burnish it pretty well, right? You want to make sure that those creases are good and down. Alright, so where's my book? There we go. So I can just measure it by saying, okay, it should be, through the magic of whatever, the magic of file folders, it, for some reason, pretty much fits your Midori perfectly. 4 inches. I guess because paper is 8.5 by 11 and Midori is 4 inches. Anyway. It fits the Midori Traveler's Notebook size perfectly. So you do have this funky end over here, right? So some people, right? But so if you were to measure with your scoreboard, I mean, it's 4 inches, right? So however wide your book is, maybe you're using a moleskin size, which is what, 5 by 7.5 or something strange like that. But so it's gonna look a little wonky at first. All right. So just pre-fold it. So I've got this little tab here. 2 things, you can cut it off, or I'm just going to fold it over. And that's going to hold that down. Now, who has my tiny attacher? So normally I would just, I'm not going to tiny attach it now because I want to do more stenciling on it. But I'm just going to fold it over so that it tucks in. Hi, Green Glands, Gigi. What are you gonna invent? What are you gonna invent, Travis? I'm dying to know. I missed it. Dang it. Night, Anita. Okay. So eventually, right, when you have this, now, it's just gonna go into your Midori the same way. You're gonna put it right, through your elastics. You're gonna put your elastic like that, and eventually it's gonna look like that. But before we sew it in, let's add a few more stencils. So now that I know that this is going to be the front page, for example, right? This is the back, and these are the insides. Now I could have done it the other way, right? Maybe I like, what the heck was that noise? Maybe I like it the other way. And I want to do it like this. Right, so that would be my cover. So it could go either way. Welcome, Wenz and Nico. Good to see everybody. Appreciate it. So you can have this on the inside. Whichever way looks best to you. Which means you just have to burnish it back the other way. The good thing about a regular old file folder is truly it is pretty resilient. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. Nose is a running. I do really like that inside like that, eh? Because when it's in your Midori, like when it's in your book, right? My art journal is going to be in here, so it's going to kind of be the cover, front, back, and you're going to see this pretty, I'm going to see this pretty print, right? Because it's going to be in my Midori, and I'm going to be able to open it like this, right? These are going to be pockets to hold whatever goodies I want to look at. So really, I only have to decorate. Alright. We got it all folded up. I know that this is going to be my front cover. But we have the right way. And then we also know, oh, this is folded though, which means I miss all this pink. But that's okay. And now I got wrinkles. And now I just lost my sponsor. Anyways, now we know which way's right, the way I prefer to be right way up. So, simple fold. We got it open, right? We're going to put your book, whatever size book you got going on. Mine happens to be 4 by 8.25, and I'm going to fold it up. Maybe you have a 4 by 8. Maybe you're doing a 4 by 6 book, right? Whatever you want. I just folded it up. And then I took this half and this edge to the center. This edge to the center. So literally I'm just folding it a couple times. Alright, I'm going to leave it like this, I think. And let's do some white. So this is just craft paint. I'm going to get a clean, this one doesn't even have to be clean, it just has to be dry. This is a makeup wedge. Let us, alright, I do love these arrows. So I'm going to do some arrows maybe over here. So I like to use the square end. And we're just going to bounce. Pounce. I guess I'm not spouncing because I'm not using a spouncer. So this is one of Patty Tolly Parrish stencils from iStencil. It's a 6x6 arrows. A few arrows. So see how I got a little bit of leakage underneath? Which is okay. You know, it just meant that my paint was too watery or I didn't, you know. But I don't want to put this down again or it's just going to cause more seepage, right? So I've got some art pants on. In other words, like pajama pants or yoga pants that I just wiped the stencil off before I put it down the next one. Alright. So I am dipping it in the paint and then kind of pouncing it off a little bit to make sure I don't have too much gloopiness. But the fun with mono printing and using using a jelly plate or mono printing, whichever method that you choose to use, it's an imperfect art, right? It's an art of, I mean, to me, it's like letting go. You never know what you're going to get. It's called a monoprint just for that reason. You'll never get the same thing twice. So it's okay if some parts are a little bit messy or whatnot, because, well, because it's handmade. I like messy. Alright. Yeah, it's almost been, now if Joyceage, I don't know if Joyceage is here or not. It's 5 years since I started Ustreaming in June. 5 years, so I'm going to have to think of something pretty fun to do for that. Alright, so I'm just going to do a little bit, maybe I'll use a different stencil on this side. Oh, let's use this one, it's called Crop Circles, I think. Outback Dreaming. Why did I think it was called Crop Circles? It looks like crop circles. Outback Dreaming. Alright, so I'm just being real quick here. I'm starting to sweat up a storm. I don't know if it's if it's a Dayquil wearing off or if I'm just putting my back into this. Why this stenciling is causing me to sweat, I don't know. Alright. A little bit of fun there. Move it around. And see, you see me going lots straight up and down, right? Oh yeah, Dinah Wakely's apron. Boy. When I took her class last February, yeah, she had lots of paint. She had more paint on her apron than in her art journal, I think. Alright. Got a little bit of something. Still got a bunch of white paint there. But see, I don't have to do anything here, right? Because that's the part that's going to be folded up. Oh, excuse me. What is up with my nose? Okay. I got a little bit of extra white paint, which I'm just going to scrape onto something. Let's see. Maybe I'll just scrape it onto this piece of deli paper. And we're going to dry it and see if I can sew it up. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's get out the heat gun. I started with a unfold, like just a regular file folder. All right, this needs some pink. All right, I'm gonna use some plaid apple barrel bright magenta. Excuse me. And I'm gonna use my, where did it go? There it is. Gonna use my water bottle. I'm all about the spots these days. I'm not, like I was saying earlier, I think I've always liked the spots, but before I would use a lot with sprays, and these days I'm using, I'm making more with paint. So I just had some craft paint and spray, add some water to it. If you've got clean, brush water, you can use that too. Just dip your brush in a couple times. It doesn't have to be sprayed. And I'm going to do some flicks. Now lots of people do, against something, so I can put my finger out. But no matter which way I do it, I just end up with, with it everywhere. It's going to go on my shirt, on my glasses, on my computer, in my coffee. I'm okay with that. Look. Alright, so I got some on that side. Now I'm going to hold this side up because I don't want to put it down. I don't want to put it down because I have wet paint on the other side, right? So I'm just going to hold it up. I need to add a bit more water. So you gotta find which way works best for you. I'm not the expert at making splots and flicking paint. That's for sure. Oh, need some down here because that's the front. That is gonna be the front. And I'm just holding it up, guys, because I'm doing both sides at the same time, and I'm gonna set it here. Few splots. Alright, I'm making it rain paint. Okay. Heat gun. So I just use craft paint, water, and a paintbrush. A round paintbrush. Round number 8, if that matters. So I'm over. Whoop. It's awkward to dry both sides, so I apologize. I'm not anywhere near camera. It's awkward when I got wet paint on both sides. Yeah, it's probably on my walls. It's definitely on my laptop. Paint everywhere. This color is called, what do you call it? This color is Bright Magenta by Apple Barrel, number 20591. Bright Magenta. apple barrel. Dry my spots. And some of my spots may bubble because the paint's so thick, but that's okay. It adds texture. I'm all good with that. Almost done. I think some of it needs some yellow spots too. Just craft paint. It doesn't have to be craft paint. I mean, it could be whatever paint you got going on, right? I mean, I've been putting the spots on my watercolor paints. My watercolor, now. Oh, that spot wasn't dry. But I do got, oh look, I got paint, pink paint everywhere. But I do have a little bit, so let's see. Oh. This is my Midori art journal right here. And as you can see, it's not sewn, which is a pain in the butt. Because I thought, oh, I won't sew them, and no, it's that just completely covered that piece over. It's bad news. In my opinion, it was harder because the pages are sliding. It was way harder to work in than if I had sewn it from the beginning. So like I said, I don't like to waste paint, so this, in real life this pink is kind of muted, but it is a nice color of pink. I'm just gonna randomly put this on this non-gessoed background. Just so I don't waste any paint, or as much paint. Alright, not much. I'm just gonna... Almost done, guys. I see the home stretch. I see the end coming. Peek gun. Just going, what? Uh-oh. Sorry, my chat's got messed up, so I didn't see who's coming or going. I apologize. Sorry, does somebody have a question? Because I had like 20 messages. My chat scroll messed up, so I didn't see anything. If Janet had a question. Or... And that's what's funny, Travis, because that doesn't go together. This goes. Too much wet paint everywhere. Hot. Okay, so when you dry stuff like this, like the paint, my friends, acrylic paint gets very hot. You may think it doesn't, or you don't think it would, but it really does. I just got a piece of wax paper. I'll put that in there for now. And find the middle. Okay, so we got our book. Now, like I said, I've already started this book, right? Obviously halfway through, it's the 14th, so it's quite thick on one side. Now, all I did was take some Canson mixed media paper, XL mixed media from the 10, not the 7x9 book, but the little bit bigger one, and cut it down to 8 by 8 1/4, 8 sheets, and that makes 32 pages. And then I just folded them in half. So that's why I've got some real, like, I've got tip-ins going on. Some of these pages are already put in with, you know, there's washi tape in the middle. So this is going to be hard for me to punch. I might have to bust out the crocodile. Haven't used that in a while. Okay, so let's go back to our thing, our file folder. So once you decide which one you want to be the inside, which one you want to be the outside. You guys are talking about money, pennies. All right. So I'm just going to take, now you can't see. I've got my tiny attacher. So I've got this folded over spot, whether you fold yours over or not, to create the pocket. I just want to put frazzin. My tiny attacher is empty. Okay. So let's pretend I stapled that bad boy. Is my long arm one around here somewhere? Alright, that's bad news. Let's put some washi tape on it. So I'm just going to stick it down with washi tape instead. Frazzin. See, it must mean I'm using it. Hey, Dee Dee? I'm using my tiny attacher if it's run out of staples. That's proof, right? Alright, so I just chose some random washi tape. I don't know who makes this particular one or not. I apologize. My book's in the middle. I'm just taping this little edge down. You can decorate it whichever way you want. See, I didn't even have to fold it over if I was just going to edge it. Silly me. Silly me. But I am going to wrap it around a tiny bit to the back rather than stapling it. So I'm just going to, where am I here? Wrap it around over here. And I got this bad boy. So remember, I've got this little tab over here. This time I'm going to tuck it in that way towards, well, you can do it either way. I'm going to put it towards, though. Maybe not. Let's put it behind, towards the back. And it's kind of out of the way. I must say it's been a challenge to work in an art journal or work on pages that this size, 4x8, is awkward. It's strange. Hey, Lori? I think that's your name. I apologize if I'm incorrect. It's been a while. Alright. So I'm just going to tape this bad boy down. I'm going to staple it probably later too. I mean, you could just cut it off. You don't even have to. I'm just want to kind of tape or staple the ends, right? So that doesn't stuff doesn't come flying out. Because literally, I'm making puppets, right? So when I'm art journaling, I'm doing my art on the couch, you know, doing my daily page. I have some options for, you know, a little bit of ephemera. Maybe some collection stuff I've collected that day or along the way. Alright. So it's up to you. So see, it's open, right? I've got this big long pocket now. And it's going to be folded like this, mostly, right? And yeah, I'm going to, for time's sake, I didn't finish all the decorations, guys. So I can add a little bit more to that part. But, so you could staple it in the middle here. You could staple it so that your pockets, you know, isn't in a full pocket and stuff doesn't start sliding from one side to the other. It's totally up to you. But now what I'm going to do is get some bulldog clips. Tiny guys. Alright, so I got my journal. And I'm going to, as best I can, considering, like I said, I was too lazy to do this at the beginning. Right, Teresa? So, it's up to you where you want to put your book. I like to put it at the front, like this. You got to remember that there's one part that's going to be a bit wider. So, let's see. Maybe I already did this backwards. Because that, see what I mean? Know what I mean, Vern? That's going to tuck in. That's going to go back. I'm talking to myself. It's got to be at the back. Okay. Let me show you why. 1 second. Simon, can you pass me my Midori there? It's on the couch, please. My book. My Midori that you bought me. Yes. Thank you. Alright. Now maybe you have a full dory or somebody's made you one. But this is actually, you know, I call it a Midori. It is the... Look, there's already green. But it is a real Midori. It doesn't matter. All I mean is that some of the faux ones are longer. So if you make one yourself or whatnot, you know, it could be a little bit wider. But because the Midori, it's pretty, they're narrow, right? Alright. So for example, here I've got my elastic that I'm going to use to put the two books together. So if I put, you know, we can test it out. I'm always saying test it out. Let's see. So, find the middle. Let's test her out before I sew it. Like I said, you don't have to sew it. I'm going to put an elastic band around the middle. Right? And I'm going to take that outside. So you're putting it in between the middle of two different books. This is my planner book. Oh, what did I just drop? Let's test her out. And this is the elastic that's in the Midori. Alright, so if I had it like this, so here's my thought process, right? So here's my art journal. I can work on it, my Midori, while I'm on the couch. And then I've got all these cool pockets for all of my faux ephemera. But let's test it. See, that looks good. Oh yes, that works perfect. We just want to make sure that sometimes, because I didn't measure in particular, right? You don't want to have any big bulges. You know, you want to make sure that it's even. So just double check it fits. Well, it barely fits. As you can see, it's a little stuffed. All right. So like I said, you don't have to sew it. I'm going to need the elastic regardless, right? Because the elastics are how you attach them into the Midori. But I'm going to sew this bad boy. So I'm going to line it up. I got everything, right? I'm going to put this edges. Again, this is just 8-inch paper, 8 by 8 1/4, or whatever size, you know, your book may be. Just going to take a bulldog clip, line up the spines so that it doesn't shift. Especially because, let me tell you, my friends, it'd be so much easier if I already didn't have 14 pages or whatever it is of art. Oh, that's where I dropped my other bulldog clip. Oh, well, get another one. It'll be so much easier. Bren, what was Bren asking? Okay. So there's a lot going on. Normally I would just use my pokey tool, or I have a couple. I have an awl. Let me find my push pad. Oh, excuse me. You know, you can try just to work this through, but that's bad news. Like, that's too many layers. So I'm going to use my crocodile. It's around here somewhere. This could be bad news again. I just used it the other day. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? So, of course, just using it, that means... Okay, where did I put it? Aha! Now, I don't have the big bite, so, you know, I can only go how big? Like an inch into the paper, maybe? And I'm going to use the smaller size. I always have to just kind of press it to see. All right. Yep. We sucked into a block. This is my February daily journal, and again, every page is just washi taped together. So, anyways, I got this bad boy. I got it at an inch. I got the small side, and I'm going to go as close to the center of this as humanly possible. Now, if you had the big bite, or, you know, I mean, I could use a Japanese screw punch, which I have. I've got another drill thing, a paper drill by McGill. But that's pretty close. I just need my pokey tool. I'm going to make another Midori out of, like Carrie does, with the file, a Foldori, but with the file folders. Alright, just make sure I'm using the same size, which is the 1/8 hole. And I'm going all the way to the end, and hoping I'm close enough. It's not going to be perfect, you know, because, again, I was stubborn and didn't sew it from the beginning. Alright, so I got 2 holes. Two holes. Now I'm going to take some, well, I want to use some, there, I'm going to take some jute. Is this jute? Cord? What do you call this stuff? My mind's going blank. Hemp? It's just cord. Anyway. And I want my edges to be on the outside, so I'm not even going to do it. Look at my arm. Looks like I have chicken pox. So the big splatters. A Midori is just the style, right? So there's lots of ways. Now, if you're new, these are rubber band books. So, you know, Dee Dee, Carrie, myself, Laurel. I mean, we've been doing these forever. And for years, right? So these are all my little leftover desk journals. I've got a whole bunch. So I've been using rubber band books, and they're all in there separately, right? Each one of these rubber bands has a book attached to it. So when I found out that there was a leather fancy version, it just floored me. Okay. So I'm just going to cut it off here. So it's usually like, what, 3 lengths? I'm just going to do 3 lengths of the book. 1, 2, and that should be enough. Find some scissors. What I was going to say is that dental floss, I wanted to buy my books with dental floss. I didn't have any. We only use those little, you know, those cheater sticky things. So I need to buy some dental floss. You can use actually book binding. You know, you can go get the thread. I mean, I have the fancy thread with the fancy wax and all that goodness. But, alright, so I just, from the inside, just threading it. And, you know, you could do that other stitch with the 3 holes and all that stuff, but that's, you know, this book is only for 30 days. It's 1 month, right? Just a quick little project. So I'm going to go right over left and try to go left over right, which is backwards. So It's the opposite. It's hard. You ever do that? Tie something the opposite way than you normally tie? I'm all thumbs. See, look, and I did that, and I didn't tie it tight enough. That's bad news. I was going to say something else wrong. Okay, let's try that bad boy again. Present. Okay. Sweet goodness. Okay, this time I'm just going to do this, tie it like I would normally would twice, and then go left over right. It's just supposed to make your knot tighter, but to me it's just backwards, like it's confusing. Sorry, I haven't been watching the chat. Alright, but it's enough. I'm going to cut off some of that ends. This is going to go on the inside of my Midori anyways, so take off my clippy clips. I did make a Scrappy Camper Sister duck dory. I made it a passport size. Maybe Simon. Simon! Oh, he's letting the dogs out. Hold on. I'll show you the other one that I made. Oh, see, this is bad news. I was off center. See that? Nowhere near. I'm off. So I wonder if that means when I'm opening it, the hole's big enough. Everything should be okay on the inside. So like I said, this is this month, so I'm halfway done this month. Let's see, the outside. Oh, I was off on the cover, but it's not hurting anything. Just looks a little bit wonky. So, okay. I don't know what Simon's saying very bad too. Simon? Simon?
Yeah.
Can you pass me that other book right there by the pillow on the couch there? The pink heart one? It was right where the other one was. Right there. Right there. Night, Patty! Thank you for designing wonderful stencils. Okay. So I watched a Scrappy Camper Sisters Ustream. Now, I didn't bind it the same way. I made the cover out of duct tape, but then all the books inside. This book is I bought from Leslie Herger. Les Herger from the Comfortable Shoe Studio, her Etsy. And these little books are from Ecolo. So these are 3 by 5, or 3.5 by 5. 3.5 by 5. 3 by 5.5. Let me see. 3.5 by 5.5. Anyways, these are passport sizes. Alright? And then, so I just made it the size of these tiny little books. Right? So instead of the moly bind, or the Midori binding, I just use elastics to go on the outside. Right? Rather than threading it. But I did buy from Michael's. I did buy some elastic, thick elastic cord. They call it thick, but it's not. It's the same thickness as the Midori. But this is what the Midori shell looks like. Right? Looks like this. And look, I've got black paint on it. This wasn't cheap. This is real leather. Some people are fainting because it's already so bad. Like, these are worth, anyways, you can look them up. They're not cheap. But I'm all about, like, it smells good. It's real leather. It's all messed up. I don't care. It's because I'm using it. Anyways, it's got one elastic inside. Some people put books on this little guy. I haven't. Anyways, so this elastic, these are 2 books. This is an actual Midori insert. I only bought one because I made all the rest of them myself. So the way these work, right? Let's see, make sure it's not upside down. I'm going to take the inside, the middle, I should say. and you're going to use an elastic. This is one of the actual Midori. Gosh, that looks crazy, the splots on my arm. And you're going to put them on the inside. Oh, so around the 2 spines. So this is what you get. Hi, Anita. So this middle elastic, that's what's going to hold those 2 inserts together. So you do have to do some planning, right? What you want to put the inserts you work on in the most in the middle, right? So for me, that's my art journal and my planner. Yeah. So this cover is, it's something fancy that you're constantly switching books out when they're done. So I got it, the lovely Simon gave me my Midori for Valentine's Day. So this is 14 days of art journal pages from February, and now this is March. So yeah, then you just store this, right? Or, you know, once you flip it out, or your planner, right? These are my planner pages. Obviously, I've been drawing lots, and then I was sick and did sweet goodness all. So I'm drawing those one-line faces, and so I haven't done much this week. I was sick. I drew a nose that one day, and then I didn't do much else. Anyways, so my planner, same thing. I do have a couple of Midori elastics, but these ones work just as good. Now they're number 26. Let me see. Number 24 rubber bands from Staples. They're a good size for this, or double them up, and they're, you know, the good size for the passport size Midori. So same thing. This is actually a Midori brand Ziploc zip thing. That's the only 2. I only got that. Everything else I'm making myself. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap that on the outside. Same thing. Here's the middle of this book. Where's my art journal? And instead of the middle, right? I guess you could choose where do you want it. I could, you know, you could put it wherever, but it's probably best to put it in the middle. So same thing. Got the middle of that book, middle of this book. Take your elastic. Yeah, you've had one for years. You keep replacing the insert. Midori is just Midori is a brand name. It's like saying Apple Barrel, but it's like Xerox. You know, somewhere like we've all, or people have just started saying, but mine is actually. But let me tell you, I've got my eye on some Etsy shops on some. You know, I want a bigger one, a nice leather one that will hold moleskin sizes, molikae sizes. Kaye, you know, the 5x7 or whatever. Okay, so now I have my second book, right? So we've got these 2 together. And you don't have to put 4 in here like I have, right? You can put 2, you can put more. So right now, for example, I still got the elastic. This is the middle elastic from the actual book. Here's like I said, here's last month's journal. Technically, I could have another book in there. No, it's chunky, right? And a lot of people don't like it hanging out over here. Yeah. I know, Miko. That's who I want. That's who I like too. But it's from, you know, it's from Japan. We were just lucky to get one. I live in Toronto, so there's lots of things you can get downtown. But there's lots of makers on Etsy. There's different people. Chick Sparrow, I think, our wonderful friend Packer Dye got from. I don't have any experience with any Etsy sellers, other than DIY Fish. That's the planner inserts that I bought. DIY Fish life mapping inserts. So anyways, it's chunky. It's chunky. And I'm thinking I might have to tighten up my rubber band, my elastic. And they just have their, this is a page holder. Now maybe, so right now, what they call inserts, there's 4 inserts in here, but they're extra thick inserts. So what I like about these folders, okay, so here's my March art journal, right? That was the cover. There's a little flip. Sometimes I make flip, tip-ins or whatnot. This is what we did last Saturday, so I wanted to show that. And then that's a tip-in. I don't put these tip-ins in at the beginning, when I make the book. That's kind of what, as I go along. And so you can see how it's going to go. But I also have, and look, my tape didn't stick. I need to find my tiny attacher refills here. So, but I also have this awesome pockets, and it's all protected, right? Because this is it's on the inside, all of these pockets, as long as you've got everything tightened in. So we got some extra pockets, and you can be real fancy, right? You've got all this extra space on the back, did Diana do a rubber band book? When's Diana Trout? I love Diana Trout. I love Diana Trout. In fact, her book is next on my list. Journal Spilling is next on our list to go for Wednesday. Anyway, to review on Wednesday. So you have all this that maybe you want to put quotes on or art or do whatever you want, right? But with printing it, mono printing it first, rather than just having a plain, it's already fun, right? You already got a little bit of fun, something, something. And I did have actual ephemera that I was using in my other one. It's always good to put in some wax paper when I'm working in my Midori on the couch, whatnot. So it's thick, but maybe you don't have a Midori. You know what I mean, Vern? Maybe you don't have one. Just having this book, let's take this out. You could just have this book, we could put elastic around it, and it would be a nice journal. It would also be cool, so we sewed this journal in here. What if you sewed another one over here? Right? How cool would that be for a book? What if you had 3? You could sew one this way, and then you could have 3 months. It would be pretty chunky. And maybe you want to do it. That would be a good way. Angela, I think a while ago, had the question, what are you going to do afterwards, right? Remove the monthly inserts, you're going to file them. Now that I'm thinking about it, that would be a fun way to store some of them. You know what I mean? You could have 3 months. I wouldn't want to put 3 months in my Midori. That would take up the whole thing. But yeah, My Life All in One Place. Yeah. Ray Blake, My Life All in One Place. He's got a lot of free printables. For example, I printed, these are some waiting to go because I want to make another faux dory. I want to make a faux dory out of a folded, sweet goodness, file folder. So My Life All in One Place is, for example, here's a grid, and it's an alphabet, and each page, the way you print it out, right, it's called an index book. And so say the first 2 pages are A's. So I haven't sewn these. Like I said, I'm waiting to get some dental floss to sew these bad boys. There was also a good one that Linda shared the other day, and I don't have the link for free paper. So that's why I only bought one. I didn't buy any, sorry. The one Midori insert that came with the book. I didn't buy any other inserts other than the plastic Ziploc zip tag thing. So anyways, guys, whether you have a Midori, whether you have a faux dory, whether you don't dory at all, you can make a little pocket whatnot. And you don't even have, like I said, you don't even have to sew it if you don't want to. Get those 24, go to Staples, get yourself a ginormous, it doesn't even have a, it's sold in weight. A quarter of a pound. I have a quarter of a pound of elastics over here. If you don't want to sew, you don't have this, don't have that, you can always just take your elastic, throw her in there. You know what I mean, Vern? Anyways, I hope you had some type of enjoyment tonight, a few laughs. Now finally the show's over, my nose has stopped running. Oh boy. I actually like it like this, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be very useful in my Midori. And then I can store it later. Because I carry this around with me. I carry this bad boy around with me. Stuff everywhere. And all I have, there's so many people, you really got to find what works for you. You know what I mean? I do a lot of art in mine. I'm using the planner pages more as a diary rather than a planner. And, sorry, just find my middle here. So there's a couple of books, you know, some people, so many, you could get lost on YouTube for Midori, like a million ideas on how people use theirs as planners, as this, as that. You really got to find what you like about yours. For example, this first book I have is just lists and quotes, things that like have a permanent place, you know what I mean? Like, for example, I started a list. I'm going to put a list of the art books I own. It's not even going to be alphabetical, but it's going to be permanent things that I need to look at. And then on the back, this is more of the daily, like when I have ideas, artful weight loss, random things, video ideas, Ustream ideas, notes, wants, you know. And that was just plain copy paper that I folded up. Anyways, that's it. I should be all good for Wednesday. I appreciate. Oh, did everybody leave and I forgot to do a giveaway? Razor Frazen. My stuff's going out. Both I and my mom have been sick, so everything's ready to go to Barb Sherry, and I want to say her name is Marilyn. It may not be, but you know who it is. Anyway, so Monday or Tuesday, whenever my wonderful mother can take me to the post office. So I got some jelly prints to give away, and a few things around me. So let's see how many people are still in chat, and then I can mail everything all together. So again, the giveaway is just for like a little envelope. Well, unless I already owe you a rack, right, Sherry? Anyways, it's just an envelope of desk scraps, little things around me, things I printed today. You know, maybe not this one, but some cool collage-y stuff and some of my art. So I want you to pick a number. When I type go into the chat, I'm gonna pick a number between 1 and 55. 1 and 55 without going. So the first person closest, without going over, is going to get a little goodie, and I'm going to get it out this week. Sherry must be jumping up and down for joy. I'm sorry, Sherry. It's an inside joke. That poor girl's been waiting a long time, but I have a list. Okay. I haven't typed in go yet because I haven't wrote the number. 1 in 55. Chose a number. Hopefully it's not the same number that I've been using all over. I'm going to type go now. I know there's a chat light. Alright. Question 11. Annabelle was 11. I already see a winner. All right. Only one number, Angela. I already see the winner. Maybe I didn't say that out loud. Okay. Okay, I already saw it go by a long way, so that was good times. So my number's 33, and if I was right when the chat was going by, I think Elizabeth, who is, what was I thinking? I think that's who it was. Sometimes maybe I'm not maybe I'm not saying the rules properly. Right? Was Elizabeth, what was I thinking, the first person? Carrie's probably asleep by now. I think so. All right. What was I thinking? Send me an email at JournalArtista@gmail.com, and I'll get that out hopefully Monday or Tuesday whenever my mom is feeling better. So I really wonderful night, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully there won't be any sniffles when it comes to Wednesday. And join me again Wednesday, and if not, I'll see you again Saturday night. All right. Thanks, everybody. Much love.